Lee buried at?
He's buried over there in he's buried the same place.
Palm Butchery?
No, the one that's next to it.
Somebody
Woodlawn.
shot him, right?
Yeah. No, Woodlawn. Let's see how this is operating here.
Somebody shot him, right?
No, what happened was his brother had got involved in some stuff in LA. And it's too bad I can't pick me up on this thing. His brother had got himself involved in some stuff in LA. And his brother ran here, and they couldn't find his brother, so they knew who they believed was, and so they caught him, and they jumped on him, and they gave him a lot of head trauma.
Anybody come and talk to you guys?
Yeah. Thanks, man.
They gave him a lot of head trauma, and so he went to UMC, and they gave him some medication, pain medication, that wasn't strong enough. And so his head was hurting, his head just kept throbbing. And the medication that they gave him just wouldn't stop the pain. And so they said one night his head was just hurting so bad and he took too many pills and he overdosed. And Antoine is last time Antoine was the one who told me about it, and he told. Well, Antoine is married to one of his sisters.
One of his Davis sisters? Wow.
Yeah, and I told Antoine. I said, "How long ago was this?" He said, "It had been over a year ago."
When did you talk to him?
Oh, this was years ago.
Years ago.
Yeah, this is when I first found out about it. And he had told me about it, and I asked him. I said, "Well, how many years ago was it? You know, how long ago was it?" He said, "A little bit over a year." I said, "Y'all had a malpractice case. You do know that, right?" I said, "What y'all need to do is get a lawyer. Y'all need to put y'all heads together and get some type of lawyer and see if he can get a case, because that's malpractice. You know, they were supposed to have given him medication that was going to stop that pain. How can you analyze somebody's wound and misguess or how painful it is? You know, whatever pain that person is in, you're supposed to give him medication strong enough to end it. And so the dose wasn't strong enough, so he just kept taking the pills, and he ended up killing himself. Well, they ended up killing him.
Wow. You ever run anybody else? I haven't. No, anybody we know.
It's almost like everybody just disappeared off the face of earth. I was telling Sarah just last night, I said, Lamont is the only one I see. I don't see nobody. You know, and when I was talking to Antoine about it, me and Antoine were on the phone now, and Antoine got off about 3 blocks before Fremont. And when he got off the bus, he walked through this parking lot. And he looked back, he waved at me. And the greatest thing they said, never gonna see him again.
Wow.
Haven't seen him since.
Wow. This past week has been wild, man. It's like I've been going through bits and pieces of my life, man. I'm having another one right now. Like, wow.
You have another one. It's the same one.
Well, you know what I mean? That time, and you know what I mean? Me, you, and Reno, and John Bull. You know? I was even thinking about taking a drive up to Reno. I want to get there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's one major thing that I've learned. Just look at nature itself. That's like this day. I'm not gonna see this day again. No. 'Cause all days are different. And I learned, man. It's like each day is different. It's sacred. It's like if you go outside every day and you look up in the sky, you see certain cloud forms, you never gonna see that again.
I saw one yesterday, man. It was beautiful.
Yeah. And I had to
Wow.
create a, I said, why is that so? Why is it so? Because every day is joy. What is that? What you mean? Every day is joy. And it's like,
That's heavy.
no, listen.
You don't want any water or anything?
No.
I don't know where I have the water. You want to keep the water or you want me to?
No. I want it. You want the glass?
Ice? Okay.
No, this one. Let's go.
Okay, ready to order?
Yeah, you have the chicken crepes.
Yeah. Huh?
Yeah.
Chicken crepes?
Does-
Chicken Florentine
Well,
crepes?
yeah, those come with they don't come with pancakes, though, right?
No, just crepes.
Can I get a side of pancakes? The little ones.
So you want crepes? Just Florentine crepes?
Yes.
Plus pancakes?
Yes, just two. Yeah.
Just regular pancakes?
Yeah, the little ones. You know the little ones that you serve on the side, but
Oh, yes, with the breakfast sandwich.
yeah. Just the little ones. Yeah, like those. You know what I mean?
Okay, just like last time.
Yeah.
How about
I want the strawberry pancake.
four?
Yeah.
Pancakes?
With extra whipped cream and a side order for scrambled eggs and cheese.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank
My
you.
name is Karina, gonna be your server. My partner is the other way, okay?
Okay, all right, thank you.
So every day is joy. And so I'm like, what does that mean? It's that each day is joy. You have to be close. You have to absolutely live in the present. Because when this day is gone, you're never going to get that back. So you have to absolutely live 100%. Live 100% in the present. Then it gave me the scenario. The first time you heard one of your favorite pieces of classical music or any type of music, how did you feel? Wow, I love that song. And it just fills you with joy. I love it. Like the clouds. You saw that and that was awesome to you. That was joyous, because you was absolutely in the moment. Absolutely in the moment. Your mind wasn't on the past. It wasn't on anything. It was absolutely, you was there. And you want to know why? Those clouds is you. Those clouds are you. That sun is you. Everything. Now check this out. You heard a song for the first time. And you think, that's an awesome song. Awesome. I love it. And you read into that, it's joy. And then when the song is over, joy leaves. And then the mind says, I love that. I want to hear it again. So you play it back. The more you play it, its vitality gets less and less and less and less and less. You keep, it's a repetitious thing. Then it becomes desire. I want to hear it again. I want to hear it again. We wear it out. And we just keep repeating repeating the same thing over and over and over again. You know? And then you get to the point to where the joy is gone. All right, I don't want to hear that no more. I want to hear something else. I'm like, okay. So the whole thing is, when you have a day and you look up in the clouds and the clouds are beautiful, your mind and your heart cannot be on anything else but just that moment. Because all that matters is that moment. That's all that matters. Nothing else matters. I don't care what you're going through. I don't care what you're feeling. Even if you're upset at that moment, the reason why you're no longer feeling no pain, no nothing, is because you're in joy. You are in the presence of joy. Joy is present. You know? And that day leaves, and the reason why that day never comes again, and each day is different, is because that's another way of the Creator telling us that you must let go of the past and move forward. Because each day, life is forward motion. Going backwards is death. Standing still is death. Anything that's moving, there's life. You know, I had to find that out. I had to find that out for myself. I had to realize that myself. See, understanding things, that's not enough. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. But once you realize it, that clarity hits you, everything starts to make sense. Everything starts to make sense.
You know, I don't know when I'm ever going to see you again. I know I will see you again. We'll be two old men sitting on a porch somewhere. That I do realize. But, so knowing that, so that's it. So knowing that, I'm going to be very hard on you. yeah, you know what I mean?
I hope so.
Because sitting down with you, just listening to you, all you hear is greatness. That's all you hear.
That's all I hear too. And what I love about it is that it doesn't have nothing to do with me.
I was reading Joyce Myers the other day. She doesn't write as good as you. I've read books by teenagers. He doesn't write as good as you. And he definitely hasn't been through the emotional like you have. So, saying that, David, right now, you should be writing me a check for my tuition.
Yeah.
And I'm dead serious when I say that.
I'm 48. By 50, I never mind with life. Never.
I hope not.
I won't.
Whatever that takes, man. Personally, my personal opinion, Pastor Paul said something to me. You know, I'm not a big Pastor Paul fan. And that's a whole nother. But anyway.
That's a book within itself.
But he said something, and it's true. He said, whatever pisses you off about the church, whatever makes you the most upset, whatever makes you the most angry, is probably the thing that you're called to change.
Because it's being shown to you. Like, what are you going to do about it?
He's exactly right. So, I was praying about you the other day, and what I got was, one day, whether you like it or not, you were called to the American church. You were called as a prophet to the American church. But the thing is, that's not going to happen outside of it. I'll leave that alone.
No.
It's not going to happen outside of it.
I understand exactly what you're saying. Because I see the church being cleaned up. I see it. You know what I'm saying? I'm listening to my friend John Beale and he's changing. You know what I'm saying? John is cleaning up the house. You know what I'm saying?
What is he, a pastor?
Yeah.
Right.
He's on Facebook. John Veal. Veal. Just look up John Veal. And he's cleaning up the house. He's talking about things that's sweeping the dirt out the door. And I sent him a text 4 days ago and told him how much I love him. I said, it's people like you that's gonna bring me back to the house. I said, because nobody like a dirty house. And if you talk to the people who have left the church, it's only because the house is dirty and they don't want to have nothing to do with it. Because these people are angry because they feel as though somebody came in and messed up their house. You know, my house is dirty.
Well, that's not a new thing.
Yeah, I know. Isn't that wonderful? So what does that say about time?
That eventually he's gonna do it. Like he came in, he walked into the temple. He said, my house should be called a house of prayer. You have turned it into
A den of thieves.
So he grabbed the whip. What'd he do?
Was he only talking about money?
No. No, he was talking about men's hearts.
Talking about mine? All of that. It's like when he said, forgive them, Father, for they know not what they do. He wasn't talking about belief, he's talking about clarity. Somebody deceived the people. Who was it? Church and her governors. What happened in Antioch? None of the disciples went there. Where did they go? They went up in the churches, speaking the truth. What happened?
But David, that's what I mean. That's what always happens, though, man. So that's why if somebody is angry at the church, you're really angry with God. Because guess what? It's his. And he will always deal with it. He always does.
He uses the human being to deal with it.
But if you notice, if it's the Bible you're talking about, when he called prophets, he never called prophets from other nations. No. There's always somebody from within that he spoke to, he gave a message to, and he said, now, I want you to speak this, and when you speak it, don't look at their faces, because they're going to want to kill you. You speak what I tell you. Do you know what I mean? And David, what's inside of you is that message. He's giving it to you.
And look at this. When they went into Antioch and they went up in the church and they spoke the truth, what happened? They got persecuted. If you are not being persecuted, you are not telling the truth. You are compromising. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm not saying cause trouble. But living in Rome, under Roman rulership, because this is Rome. I don't care what nobody's saying. This is Roman rulership, and I can take you all the way back into BC, to the days of Hannibal Barca, because I've been doing some study. You know what I'm saying? Because I want all this to make sense. When Hannibal went against Rome, it was because he was fighting for world freedom. Because Rome came like 500 years before Hannibal was born, and they've been conquered from day one. Anybody who opposes Rome, crucified. What's going on today? What's going on today? And people walk around here thinking they got their freedom.
David, what I'm saying is, and I've learned this for myself, everything that you want, everything you really desire, God wants to give it to you. I mean, just literally just hand it to you. What the Bible says, a man's gift makes room for him, and ushers him into the presence of the Lord. Your gift will make room for you. People will accept your gift because it's from God. They have to. They have to. The one thing that I've learned is we can sit here and talk about the church being dirty all we want to, but God is not going to bless us like that until we're clean. Right. Until I'm clean. He says, okay, you look in the mirror first. Let's deal with it. For me, that's what I see of he was like, let's learn David. The one thing that I've learned, literally, don't be mad. People are hurting. Pastor Paul, I was there last Sunday night. You know that church is dying. I mean, literally,
It's been dying for a long
time. But now the fruition and sitting there, what I learned is the only thing that God has to do is withdraw the spirit from a church. That's all He's got to do. And that church ends up dying. So I'm sitting there and I'm looking at him, and I'm like, I'm not mad at him. Man, God bless you. I'm praying. Do you know what I mean? So I just, David, you're great in God, bro. Great.
On that note, you notice when he was on the cross, come on, the man was nailed to a cross. Do you really know what that means? I think people take that to no. Do you really know what that means? You walking down the stairs, you trip and fall, bust your head, you complaining. Oh my God! This man was nailed to a cross.
Was it 9 hours straight?
Yeah, from 3
died.
to 9, 6 hours.
6 hours.
Okay. Then somebody come up, poke a spear in you, and you ain't dead yet. You suffer, and your body weight. All of that. He never opened up his mouth and said nothing. But when he said, "My God, why hast thou forsaken me?" That was pain and fear.
Yeah.
At its highest.
Yeah.
The absence of God. You know, I said, you know what? I really need to get it together. Because that is terror. You know what I'm saying?
Good. If there really is a hell, could you imagine what that's like?
That's gotta be it. That has to be it. And you know what's most terrifying? Well, I can't say most. What else is terrifying is the fact that consciousness never dies.
I believe that.
It never dies.
Yeah.
And that's terrifying. To burn in hell eternally.
Hey, babe, strawberry pancakes?
Yeah.
Be careful, it's hot, okay?
Are
Yeah, tell me about it. It's so
Can I get
hot.
some extra with mine?
Sure, yes.
those 2 eggs?
No, 4 eggs.
4, those are mine. Oh,
Oh, yes. And your grapes are amazing. Your pancakes, and
Yes,
you
ma'am.
want more whipping, right?
yeah.
I'll be right back with more.
Do you have sour
order.
cream?
Sour cream? Yes.
Yeah, please.
Ah,
Thank you. Have you ever had these?
Have what?
Crepes.
No.
Crepes.
But you know, he never opened up his mouth. And see, can you imagine the death of the soul? To say you won't even exist. Well, if I don't exist, then I don't know that I'm in ecstasy. So there's no punishment. But if I'm conscious, that's
Good, yeah.
that.
Right?
Man. And when I come to realize that, I said, so we never really died. It's got to be more terrifying that being. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm packing. Anything else I can do
No,
for the
ma'am,
burger?
thank you.
Enjoy
Appreciate
with
it.
me, okay?
But with
Very
drink,
good.
it's almost like being pushed inside of a corpse and made to stay there. You know what I'm saying?
¿Todo bien?
But the state, we not really talking about the physical. We talking about the state of destiny. And I think if we understand, really understand that the consciousness never dies, you know, the best way that I can explain it to be grateful is when you go to the hospital, at least they put you to sleep when you have an operation. Thanks.
You're welcome.
Very good. What did you do with the rest of your stuff? You sold it?
What's up?
What did you do with the rest of your stuff? You sold it?
I gave it away, basically, to
Oh,
a prostitute, I guess.
okay.
That's all I got. You want a desk?
What type of
Yeah, big,
It's
big wooden desk. I got people coming over tomorrow to pick it up.
your car is paid off, right?
That's the only thing. You should be. I refinance like an idiot. But the thing is, I got my bills down to $470 a month.
Okay.
My car's $270. My insurance is $100. And my phone is $100.
My insurance for my motorcycle scooter is gonna be like $25 a month.
So if I can get a job, just busting tables or whatever, and I can make like $1,500 a month, I'll be fine. Plus, all my credit cards are paid off. Reserve balance. And I don't. Besides that, I don't know anything. It's anyway. So.
Do you have a rush card? You have a rush card?
Which rush card? This.
You need to get your rush card. For my paycheck on my card.
Oh, goes on your card?
You just go to rushcard.com as soon as you can and get a rush card and call me and give me your card number and I can put it in my account and I'm able to transfer you some money. Shut up.
I figure now, David, the hard part, I mean, being a bellman is actually a really good job.
Yeah, I should get paid a lot of money.
But I'm dying inside, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
No movement in it.
It's like death.
There's no meaning. No meaning.
No. I take your badge. And not only that, the casino businesses. Jeez.
It's death.
You're a slave sometimes, man. And I just got to the point, I'm like, look, God, whatever it is you want me to do, I'll do my best to do it. Show me. And then this came up. It just got a hold.
You know, I don't know if I'm meant to do it, but I would love for a pastor to give a sermon on that moment. The absence of God. And I mean really get deep into that. And have people in there screaming. Like, oh!
Most people aren't that deep, though.
But you can take them there. You just have to move slowly. See, preachers, they like that too much. And it's all it's time for that to stop. Like you said, it's time to get back to the basics. And not the basis of the American Babylonian church. I mean, go all the way back to the basics. You know, to where you actually care about people.
You're wrong, baby. There are things that I see that I just don't like. I was going to this one church, and one of T.D. Jace's head men came to the church to preach. It was so smooth. It was smooth. It was smooth. But it was so dang wrong. He goes, I'm not judging him. It's just something I noticed.
Just speak your mind.
Something I noticed. He said, well, I got $100 here, and I want to give it to somebody. Hey, you come up here, I'm going to give you this $100. You know, because God told me to give you that $100.
Why?
A few minutes later, I got another $100 here. Oh, call somebody else. God told me to give you. So he used the lady, and she's happy. He waits to the end of this. He goes, well, God told me to challenge each of you to give $100.
He got his money back. I'd have walked out.
And then some. And then some, because there had to be 30, 40 people that gave. It was smooth, man. It was smooth. Like, y'all want to shake his hand. You're like, wow. But my house should be called a house of prayer. You have turned it into I was a Benny Hinn crusade, but now, right? I like Benny Hinn. I do.
Benny Hinn is
whatever.
He's a comedian.
So, in the middle of the crusade, I mean, I was like back then, in the middle of the crusade, he gets one of his pastors up there. I want to take an offering. I said, okay. 45 minutes he talked about giving. In the middle of 45 minutes, he talked about giving. Then, Benny Hinn was up there, he said, okay. There are certain people here that are supposed to give $1,000. Come up here, I want to pray for you. Man, at least 200 people went up there with $1,000. I'm like, whoa. He said, okay, there are people here. There are people that are supposed to give $100. Come up here, I want to pray for you. Right, about 1,000 people went up there with $100, right? And he goes, there are some of you who are supposed to give $25. Stay in your seats. I'll pay for you.
Wow. Wow.
I'm sitting there.
That's pathetic.
I'm sitting there, I'm like. Now.
I wish I'd saw this sooner.
Now. Knowing and seeing that, I get real judgmental, real critical, real fast. But I won't. Because something in this country, Dave, is getting ready to happen. I don't know if it's war. I don't know if it's a natural disaster. I don't know if the economy situation is going to get worse. I don't know exactly what's going to happen. Something is going to happen.
A major change.
And the house of God is going to return to what it was meant to be.
This is the house of God's last time.
So, knowing that, I I look up to heaven and say, "Have your way, Lord."
Mm-hmm.
As I'm sitting in the pews, looking at these people, have your way, Lord. You deal with them. You know what I mean? They in your seat time. They forget. Guys laughing.
How's everything right here? Anything else I can do for you right now?
You have to give me one more orange juice. That's about it.
¿Todo bien?
This is on me, by the way. White treat.
You sure? You sure? Man? Where's the waitress at? Oh, good. Thanks, David. I appreciate that.
You do it for me all the time. Remember that time in Reno we went to McDonald's and he said, how much money you got? I said, I got $50. I got $50. $50. I said, yeah. He said, all right, I'm ready to order up. And I'm like,
I want 5 Big Macs. I miss that, man. We went out in the Truckee River with the tape recorder.
and complain about everything. Walk around starving.
What happened to Alan?
I don't
Never
know.
heard from him, huh?
I think about Alan all the time.
I was the luckiest. What happened to Alan? I need a royal flush.
I can't find DeAndre. I was in touch with DeAndre years back when me and Tammy first got started. And then he just disappeared.
Being a white baby. I'm gonna go to Oklahoma and find me one of them girls who've never been out of the state. All she do is eat cornbread and cream.
And make your life a living hell. You better stay focused.
Yeah, it's time to be married. The Bible says whoever finds a wife finds a good thing. And I'm telling favor from the Lord. But like me needs some favor. I'm excited though, man, David. I am.
But you want to know something? A lot of brothers use that scripture. That scripture doesn't mean go out and look.
No.
It means she will come upon you. You found this. Oh,
Yeah.
you run away. That doesn't mean go out and look for somebody.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean shut down either. Like I did. Like I, you know what I mean?
But how are you going to find her until you shut down?
But the truth is, actually being single has been the best thing that's ever happened. To be honest with you. Because everything that I thought about life has changed. Everything I used to think about people. I don't take people seriously. It's like you can't offend a dead man. You can say whatever you want to about me. God bless you. Is that all?
Is there anything else? It's getting late. I'll give you one more hour.
I mean that though, man. It took me years to understand that. Years. Now I get it.
It's like Spock said in Star Trek when he was a kid. I assume this is another attempt to see if you can get an emotional response
I
out
love
of
that
me.
movie. Did you like that movie?
I
love that movie.
I got it.
People don't like the new show. I love that movie, man. That was good. You see Batman yet? You're not into Batman, are you?
I just haven't seen that yet.
Oh man.
It's good.
They did as well as they could do for the Joker not being in it.
Mm-hmm.
Because the Joker just tore it up. That last one,
Mm-hmm.
he just tore it. You know what I mean? He just took that. He just took that to a whole. How about a magic trick?
Mm-hmm. You know, they say that dude was dead.
Yes, he
that
did.
dude was dead.
You know how he died, right? He was so afraid of not doing Jack Nicholson, because you know Jack Nicholson did the first one, right?
Mm-hmm.
He was so afraid of doing it injustice.
Mm-hmm.
He went to Jack Nicholson and said, he asked him, he said, how did you perform so well in that?
Mm-hmm.
And Jack Nicholson told him, hey, look, I took a bunch of amphetamines, and so when I would act the part, I'd get wired up, and that's what gave me that edge. So that's what he did.
He took too many.
No, he didn't take too many. What happened was he took amphetamines because they speed you up.
Mm-hmm.
He took so many amphetamines that he got to the point where he couldn't sleep after it was over.
Mm-hmm.
So he started taking hours of sleep, and it got so bad that he took too many. You know what I mean? And he took. I'll get my man here to rip your head off. How about a magic trick? That's one of my favorite movies of all time. He tore it up. But I guess what I'm saying is that for the Joker not to be in it, they basically went back to the first one.
Okay.
With the Bane character, and I won't tell you the movie, but it was good. Very watchable. Not as good as the last one, but it was pretty good though.
Well, I tell a lot of people you also have to be careful because when you are living in a Babylonian system like this, they are starting to now make darkness light.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. That's just true. The Babylonian system, I don't know, but you sit there and watch movies, and the bad guys, they either get away with stuff, or they make them seem like they're the good.
Mm-hmm. And it makes them very attractive.
Yeah.
Darth Vader with the confidence of his own cape. You know, he don't even have to put his hands on me to choke you. That's attractive.
But that goes back to what we were talking about earlier, though, man. Not only does the church in America belong to God, America does. Whether no, it doesn't seem like that now. Let's take like 9/11. When that happened, what was the first thing that people did? We being attacked.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God!
Mm-hmm. So
there is something about disaster. People will always cry out to God, and He will answer.
you don't have to be American either.
No, but what I'm saying is that this country has gotten so far off, that eventually something's going to have to happen where they cry out to Him, and people will they will return to basics, each other. My friend Jeff at the Hard Rock, he took a shotgun to his head. But before he did that, he took a vacation, him and his wife, to Mexico, Cancun. And he said, he called me Snippy because he had to tip me, and when he tipped me, he said, I always snipple. Anyway, he goes, Snippy. He said, it was amazing. I said, what, Jeffrey? He said, we took a bus tour up in the mountains, and all the American people were on the bus, and they had their iPads and their videos, and
the
you know what I
zombies.
mean? And he goes, and everybody was just doing their own thing. But we got to the village, and all the people were happy. I said, why? And he said, I don't know, but it seemed like everyone had smiles on their faces, and it seemed like everybody was nice to each other. I said, you know why, Jeffrey? He said, why? I said, because Americans, we value the wrong things. I said, Americans, We value our iPads. You know, we value things. Those people value each other. That's why they're happy. And he goes, I didn't really know about that.
Also, this is also a country that can pretty much tell you how you're supposed to feel at a certain time. Tis the season to be jolly. Everybody's walking on the street. Because I've seen it in Chicago. All summer long, ain't nobody speaking to you. You walking past, will you kiss me? Will you kiss me? I see it at work. Merry Christmas. Happy Halloween. Folks ain't spoke to you ever. Not even Happy Halloween. Merry Christmas. Turn it on.
How's everything?
Oh, we're good.
Yeah?
Done.
I'm gonna leave the recipe just to be prepared, okay? But if you need anything else, let me know, please.
Appreciate it.
Thank you. And this one comes with a survey. Due to the survey, it's gonna be a free share stack. Just for answer the question, and it's gonna be 3 pancakes for free.
We'll be back here for free. Okay.
Your next time. Your next time here. Thank you. Excuse me.
What did she say?
There's a survey on the back. I speak Hispanic. There's a survey.
I work with Mexicans. I still don't speak the language. $500.
They don't have a lot of black people in the kitchen anymore.
No, just me. Oh. Why don't we put it like that?
You sure you okay? Oh, you're fine.
This is just what I took off my car. I just got paid.
I'm proud, man. I'm happy for you, man. I'm proud of you. Good for you.
Gracias.
You deserve that,
See?
bro.
I speak Spanish. Oh, this is my savings card. This is the card. And then put my paycheck.
And what does your girl do?
She's going to school for nursing right now. She got out of hair because she felt like she wasn't serving the purpose doing hair.
It's amazing that thing inside of you that says you need to do something meaningful.
Yeah, she said, I'm not helping nobody doing hair. She said, all I'm doing is hair. She said, I want to go take care of people. Right? She said, I like to take care of people. I want to go take care of people. That's what I want to do.
Well, I was taking care of people bartending. That job got so bad for me, Dave. One day, little Lisa came over to this little cute little white chick, the booze hanging out in the suburb. She came to break me, and there was these 5 dudes in there. They're from somewhere back east. So I go on break, I come back, they're flirting with me. And she goes, oh, okay, guys, the bus back out of the room. And they're like, oh no, you leaving? Then they look at me, and I'm like, David, I got to the point where I was so bitter. I'm like, look, I looked at it, I was like, don't talk to me. You know what I mean? So I'm over here on the bar, these guys over here, and they're just going off the news drunk, right? It's finally I got mad. Right? You guys, let me get a shot of Patron. I said, all right. So I got the glass. I filled it up this way. I put it in front of him, he goes, thanks, bro. He pounds it, right? Puts it down, looks at me, and goes,
You gonna pay for that?
I looked and I said, God, I can't do this.
I can't get out of here.
I can't do this. And soon, I swear, 2 days after that.
Hey, how you been, man? What's up?
Cool. You in Los Angeles now?
Yeah. Been here for a while.
Oh, okay. I thought you were in another area doing security.
Yeah, I moved around a lot.
Yeah,
I talked to you. I was in Sacramento.
Sacramento. Oh, okay.
That's right. You know where Laguna Beach is?
No, I'm not that familiar with California.
Oh, well,
Not Southern California.
It's between Laguna Beach, between Orange County and San Diego.
Oh, okay.
That's where I was, but it's too hard to live there.
Mhm.
It's for rich people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And LA is an easier place to live
Oh, okay.
because you know there are just all kinds of stuff that it's just easier to live.
Mhm.
So I came back here, but when I get a chance, that's where I would like to get an apartment and get a job, and you know what I mean?
In LA?
No, San Clemente.
Oh, okay.
It's nice, man. It's beautiful down there. I like it. And it's calm.
Mhm.
LA is wild, man.
Yeah, it is. Always has
LA
been.
is wild, bro. It's wild, man. You talk about demons. Jesus.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
But hey, bro, you have a minute?
What's that? Yeah. Yeah.
You got a minute?
Yeah. What's up?
Okay, I wanna explain the situation. I wanna explain this to you.
Okay.
Now, it's very long.
I'm
So
cool.
If you got time and while I'm explaining it, just let me get through it all, if you can.
Go ahead.
Is that all right?
I'm listening.
All right. I left Las Vegas, right?
Mhm.
And I went to Rhema Bible College. Right. Now, when I left Las Vegas, I didn't know the differences between prosperity gospel churches, word of faith churches, and regular churches.
Mhm.
I thought they were all the same. I didn't understand. I didn't know. So I ended up going to Rhema Bible College in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Right.
Mhm.
That is one of the churches. Its founder, Kenneth Hagin,
Mhm.
was the founder of the prosperity gospel.
Okay.
Health, wealth, and life. God's going to make you wealthy. God's going to make you healthy. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
I didn't know that. So these people literally teach you. If you have sickness in your body, you don't have faith.
Mhm.
You don't have enough faith. If you're poor, you don't have faith.
Right.
If you don't give, you're not exercising your faith. And these people believe it. I mean, it was wild. And what I ended up learning was how the prosperity gospel started, how it got started. You know what I mean? Without even realizing it, I was learning how it got started. And what happened was that I have a bladder disease.
Mhm.
I go to the bathroom 15, 20 times a night sometimes.
Okay.
It's brutal. It's
Mhm.
brutal. You know what I mean? So I was going to school for 8 hours a day. Then I go to work for 8 hours, and I go home and piss all night.
Mhm.
And it got to the point I just couldn't do it. I felt like I was losing my mind.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? And they told me, they were like, look, after the first year, they were like, look, we like to have you back, but you need to get your health together. And, you know, they prayed for me, put the oil, they did it all. And they basically told me, not they didn't tell me, but they basically insinuated that, you know, there's a problem in my faith.
Mhm.
So after that, I'm like, you know what? I don't need this. So I thought to myself, I said, wow, you know, I've always wanted to live in Florida. You know what I mean? So I got online and I started looking up churches in Orlando, because for some reason I just wanted to live in Orlando. And I ended up coming across Paula White. Now I never heard of her.
Yeah.
Never heard of her. You know what I mean? Didn't know who she was. I got online and I started reading about. I didn't really read about her. I read about some of her testimony, but I didn't really read about her past. You know what I mean? But I read about some of the testimony and the pastor at New Destiny Christian Center in Orlando, where he ended up dying of an overdose. Apparently he had another life.
Right.
He was going to New York and having sex with strippers.
Mhm.
and he ended up dying. They still don't know what the substance was, but he died. So instead of giving that church, he had a wife and 4 kids. Instead of giving that church to his wife and 4 kids, the board hired Paul White, right? And there was a great big split. If you go online and read all about it if you got time. But there was a great big split, and the police had to come, and it was pretty wild. So I'm reading about this, and I'm thinking, okay, well, this Mike, I think crazy, bro. Sometimes the way I think, I'm asking God to hear my mind, because I make decisions sometimes that, Jesus. But what I was thinking was, I'm like, well, damn, this church has been through hell, and they must be some really down to earth people. I thought about the hell that Paul had been through. Wow, they must be some really down to earth people. So I'm like, okay, well, I was looking forward. So I moved to Orlando, and I started going to that church, right? And what I found was, even after all of that, no, those are the most arrogant people I've ever seen in my life. Well, I started sitting in there listening to them, and I'm going, oh, I mean, Paula, get up there and talk about how cute she is. You know what I mean? And the other guy, and what the other pastor was African guy is like, I'm bad to the bone. I'm this, I'm that. I'm sitting there going, my spirit couldn't swallow it. And then there was the money. I mean, I thought ICLB was bad. No, these people take an offering every 10 minutes. That's the way it seemed. And what I realized was that she is the prosperity gospel. She is it. And I'm sitting there, and now it's like, okay. Now here's the thing, David. I have a gift, right? A spiritual gift. It's worship. And when I go down to the altar and worship, God shows up. He really does. And she noticed it right away. She knew it right away.
That scared her.
No, it didn't scare her. Here's the thing with her. I'll give you some more backdrop. What I learned later. And if you go online, you can see it. There was a time when she had a church in Tampa, and at the time it was the second largest church in America. Her and her husband had it. And what happened was that Chuck Grassley, the senator, he started doing investigations. If you remember that, where he called out those 5 ministries, it was Paula White, Creflo Dollar, Benny Hinn, Eddie Long, and Joyce Meyer. He started investigations into how they got how they got their money and what they were doing with it. So everything started going bad for her, and her and her husband ended up getting a divorce, right? And then they lost the church. So she was at the top. She was at the top, and she lost it all. I remember listening to her preach one day. She was up there preaching. She goes, yeah, there was a time in our church where we had $40 million in the bank. And she said, I used to fly private. I sat there and I heard that. It's like somebody punched me in the chest. There are people out here hurting, starving, homeless. And you have $40 million sitting in a damn bank? No wonder you lost everything. But anyway, that's when the fog for me just started to lift. She basically, and this is gonna sound like a prideful and arrogant statement, but I don't mean it, because I went through hell over it, bro.
Just say what you feel.
She wants to. till this day, she wants to use me to get back to where she was.
Okay.
My gift.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't care. She does not care about me. She cares about my gift.
Right. That's what I'm getting. Go ahead.
You know what I mean? So she started basically chasing me on Facebook. Now, the thing is, T.D. Jakes is her spiritual father, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they're really, really close. They're really, really close.
So they're family.
Pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
So she's talking to him every day. And they'll never talk to me face to face. What they do is they send me these videos. Right? And they put stuff on Facebook. Basically telling me we're gonna bless you. We'll give you some money. You're gonna bless you. All you gotta do is act right. And there was one time when I moved back to Las Vegas, and he actually sent me a message on Messenger.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Tell me that he was gonna give me. He said, well, the Lord told me to bless you with $10,000. I said, all right. He said, well, okay, there's a church I want you to go to. And I said, okay. But I'm not going back to Orlando. Silence.
Mm-hmm.
I said, I'm not going to Palo Light's church, man. I'm not doing it. I don't care how much money you got. Didn't hear nothing from him after that.
Mm-hmm.
And by then, I'm pissed off. So I send them. So basically, this is where it gets bad. They can't buy me. They're used to being able to buy people. They wave the carrot in front of your face.
Mm-hmm.
The blessing. You want the blessing? You get the blessing. You want the blessing? God gonna give you a blessing. God gonna give you a blessing. And they expect people. They literally expect people to jump through hoops to get money.
Mm-hmm.
And I told him, like, no, man. Absolutely not. I'm not selling my soul to you. Now, and I told her, I said, now, if you want to sit down with me and talk about it, if you want to sit down with me and iron out all this out so we can resolve it, so we can move on, okay. But as far as accepting money from you to turn into somebody that I don't want to be, no. Keep your money.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been telling them that for the last year and a half. So, now, this is where narcissism, I've learned a lot about narcissism.
Mm-hmm.
Narcissistic people, when they can't, all they want is control.
Mm-hmm.
All they want is control. And when they can't use normal things to control you, they'll go back into your past.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
David, these people have went to my family. They went to my friends.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, disclaimer, bro, and I've said it before, brother. The very last thing that I am on this earth is gay.
I know.
The very last thing. That shit is disgusting.
Yes, it is.
It is, and that's not me. Now, if I was, I'd just tell you.
Yeah.
Because this is 2020. I don't think I'd be the only one. You know what I mean? That shit is just, God, especially LA. My God, Jesus, San Francisco. But you know that. What? So what she? Well, so what? She has the son, right?
Mm-hmm.
Brad. And Brad is a psychopath. He's not just a narcissist. He's a psychopath.
Mm-hmm.
He's gone back into my life and told people lies. He's basically lied to them.
Mm-hmm.
And what he does is he'll lie to you to get you on his side.
Mm-hmm.
To get at me. And that's what they've been doing.
Okay.
You know what I mean? That's what they've been doing. And it's like every day they go through this, and at the end of the day, it comes out the same because I've never had sex with a man before in my life.
Lamont,
I wanted to.
you don't have to tell me that. I've been knowing you since the 80s.
No, I'm not telling you that. What I'm saying is that that's what they're doing.
Right.
They're trying to prove something that doesn't exist.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? They're trying to find evidence on something that doesn't exist.
Right.
And it's insane, David. It's insane.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I'm going, and it's to the point where my family won't even talk to me, but they won't tell me why.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because he's basically he's went to them and made up things. There's some people I was dealing with in L.A. He got in touch with them and told them lies. So here I am, and it's like what they've done to the gospel of Jesus Christ. It's evil, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's evil, bro. I'm not talking about what they've done to me personally. I'm talking about what they've done to the gospel.
Mm-hmm.
If you ever been to LA before?
Nope.
There's a place. I know you've heard of it. It's called Skid Row, right?
Yeah. I heard of that.
It's the most disgusting place I've ever seen in my life, man. Women actually sit down and use the bathroom, number 2, in front of everybody.
Dang.
People live there tents for miles. For miles. People literally sleeping in garbage on the sidewalk. When I go down there, I might even go down there today. But I'll send you some videos.
Okay.
It's the most disgusting thing you've ever. It's a little like the apocalypse. Like the bomb went off, and this is how people are living.
Wow.
It's unbelievable.
Desolate, huh?
Oh my God! Jesus, bro.
Go ahead, I'm listening.
And yeah, so every time I go through there, I'm just like, okay. And what you have is you have some church that'll come in, they'll feed people, and then they leave.
Mm-hmm.
Drop off the food, they go.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, Christian people don't care anymore, man.
No, they don't.
All they care about is building their little kingdoms.
Mm-hmm.
Bishop Jakes wants me to go to his and I was gonna do it too. Go to his daughter's church out here in L.A. But she's fine too. But they have a church, the Potter's House, L.A. And he wants me to go there.
Mm-hmm.
He wants me to go there now.
Monitoring.
And I'm like, no, man, no. And I sent him an email. I'm like, you are not turning me into you, bro.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have enough money to get me to turn into you. Because the man is a wolf, David.
Yeah, he is. I know.
He is a wolf. I mean, my God.
Mm-hmm.
You want to talk about he's sick, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, and God forgive me, but it's true.
Tell the truth.
Because I've gotten to know him.
Mm-hmm.
He's very, very unhealthy, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Very unhealthy. And not only that, he's very guilt-ridden. He's the one. He started sending me these videos about tithing, and they're not videos on why you should tithe. They're basically videos on it's a lie.
Mm-hmm.
And he sent them to me.
Yeah.
He sent them to me, but it's a lie.
Mm-hmm.
All of that. There is nowhere in the New Testament where Jesus or Paul or anybody said you have to give 10%. There's no place.
No, I can tell you.
And in the Old Testament, poor people, the people that were poor, they didn't even tithe. And the people that did tithe, that was for the priest to keep the temple, to take care of the poor people. It was like their taxes.
And they didn't do that.
You know, so you get over to the New Testament. Jesus died because we could not fulfill the law. That's why he came. He died so we don't have to live by the law. So when you sit up there and tell people to practice the Old Testament, you're lying to them. You're lying. You know, and there's nothing wrong with asking for money. You just call it what it is. It's a free will offering. If you want to give, you give. If you don't, you don't. That's between you and God. But this whole 10% and give an offering and these seed offerings and all this stuff, it's a lie, man. It's a stinking lie. And he, like I said, he sent me these videos. He literally taught me. So I was sitting there and I'm thinking about that. I said, this man is guilt-ridden. He knows the truth. He knows what's true, but he'll never face it publicly because it'd be too much.
He wants you to expose him, but all at the same time, he's trying to keep an eye on you.
And that's another thing. And David, I've sent him some heavy emails, bro. I mean, I went off on him, man. I told him, I said, man, one day you're gonna die. You're gonna face God. And you're gonna have a lot of explaining to do, because the Bible says that God will be harder on teachers. What did you teach my people? I told him that. You know what I mean? And he Jesus, you know. But yeah. So I know God knows who I am. I know who I am. It doesn't matter what anybody else says. It just hurts me that they went to my family. But then again, I have to think, well, if some strangers come to you, if some strangers came to me and started talking about my family, I'd be like, excuse me, I want to go talk to them.
Right.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Now, if they can't, if my people, my family can't come to me and ask me questions and yada yada, and even though they're my family, you know.
Who is my mother? Who is my brother?
Exactly. Yeah. Right.
You in good company.
Yeah.
You in good company, bro.
Yeah.
You are.
So, but yeah. So that's basically and she is an evil. Her and her son. You ever see those weird movies where the son is in love with his mom?
Psycho. The Norman Bates.
That's what Brad and Paula. That boy's in love with his mother, man. I mean, literally, he's in love with his mom. You know, and he's a pathological liar. That boy will lie at the drop of Jesus. And he's a pastor. That's what kills me.
Of course.
I'm like, wow. I didn't know psychopaths could be pastors. I didn't know narcissists could be pastors. I didn't get Pastor Paul. Remember Pastor Paul in the ICLV? He's a narcissist.
Why does that surprise you, Lamont?
It doesn't now.
Okay.
But like I said, about a year and a half ago, I was talking to my sister. You know, when she was talking to me. And I was telling her this, and she said, Lamont, she doesn't even believe in God. She goes, Lamont, it just sounds like you've been on a journey. You've been on a journey. And then I stopped, and I said, that's exactly what this has been. David, like I said, when I left Las Vegas, I had no clue. I had no clue. I just thought church was church. You know what I mean? So now it's like, okay, now that I've experienced, man, you know. So where I'm at now is like,
you know
the
what?
The lone wolf thing doesn't work though.
Let me ask you something.
You gotta find people.
Let me ask you something. If you remember when he said, forgive them, Father, for they know not what they do?
Yeah.
Why isn't that they don't know? And then you go back to John, that scripture that I showed you, where it says, and they will be made to think they are doing God's service. Who was he talking about? He's talking about the pastors. The reason why the people are lost is because of the pastors. This is the reason why he said, I am the good shepherd. Tithing means good deeds. That's all it means. It has nothing to do with money. Nothing. when the Jews or the religious institution, they made an agreement with Rome to use their establishment in order to have their services, and Rome said yes, but how are you guys going to pay for this? They said, well, we'll sell blessings and things like that, and we'll give you 10% of what we earn, and in that way we'll pay for using your temples. That's how the whole tithing thing started. And for them to continue that, they have to teach the people a lie.
Yeah. I'm gonna send you. I'm gonna send you a video, of Sister Sharon. She's too
Okay.
much. But yeah, you know what I mean. And and they basically made a whole religion out of it. They basically made a whole stinking religion out of it.
And that's what he saw way back then. That's the reason why he started turning over the tables and all of that. That's the reason why. He said, of course, you already know, this is a house of prayer, which means a house of refuge. This is supposed to be a place where people who are in pain and who are lost and confused, this is supposed to be a place of refuge where people can come and express themselves and vent and find answers. People are not doing that. And it's not the people's fault. It's the pastors. This is why he said, forgive them, for they know not what they do. This is why he said you have to forgive the people. It's the pastors that God's going to deal with. It's going to be them. This is why I kept telling you, stay away from the people. Stay away from them. Don't blame the people, blame the pastors. And just like he said, you shall know them of their fruit. Now, if you're having problems with the people, it's because of the pastors. And due to the fact that the church is going to be the first thing judged even before the government. Have you paid attention to that?
Yeah, right. Judgment begins in the house of God.
It begins there. Now, you know how wicked the American government is. You know how wicked the American government is. But is he going to start there? No. He's going to start at the church, which implies that the church, in comparison to what the government has done much worse to humanity than the American government. That's deep. You want to know why? Because you're playing with people's souls.
That's the thing. And that's the whole thing, David. That's in this situation. That's what's been more shocking to me than anything else. People are willing to play with your soul.
Those are the devils. Those are the wolves
that
in sheep clothing.
That takes something.
Those are the wolves.
You want to play with somebody's life, their entire life.
Those are the wolves in sheep's clothing. This is why I tell everybody, that's not a place you want to be. Because it's not only something that you read and believe. It's something that I saw this. I saw it.
You see, and that's what I mean. I had to go through this to experience it. Because when you experience it, then you get it.
You get it.
This is evil.
And you want to know something?
It's evil.
That punch, that real hard punch in your chest, you want to know why it had to impact you like that? You know what's coming. It's because you did not want to accept it. And then so God said, okay, well, I'm going to have to hit him real hard for him to get it. But he's going to get it. And God made you. God knows what it takes. And so he had to impact you like that for you to say, okay, I get it now. Since, it's like, this is why God says, humble thyself. You were not able to do that. So whenever we can't do it,
he does it for us.
He does it for us. And that's love. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. He'll allow you to go down to the depths, and he'll go with you.
And if they have been reading my Facebook, they know there is no way in the world. This one here, not him.
Yeah.
We can't tell him nothing. And they've been monitoring your old Facebook and before you closed it, and they saw that post. We've been friends for over 30 years. You can't tell me nothing about Lamont.
David, I think they hacked my Google account, man.
Get another one.
Yeah. But that's how deep it is. That's how she wants to use me, bro. That's all she wants to do. She wants to use me
to draw money.
If I really, because I wrote him an email. I'm like, look, bro, I don't see God is not a cash register to me. It's just not. I don't see him like that. You know, and if I did, I would send her an email like, yeah, sure, give me some money, come give me, yeah, okay, yeah. I don't want to be like that, David. I just don't.
You're not like that.
It's evil. That man, no, bro. No, absolutely not. No. But like I said, I gotta find some people though. You know what I mean? And if God gave me that gift, then I need to start using it. It is pretty powerful.
You're not gonna find people like that, Lamont. This is why I said, listen. You have to do it yourself. And those type of people, once you put that out there, the people are going to be drawn to you. You have to set up a platform. You have to set up a platform. You have to put that truth out there. That's going to penetrate that level of truth in other people, and that's going to be the magnetic effect that's going to bring those people to you.
You're absolutely right. But there has to be some kind of they say in every generation there's some kind of reformation.
Absolutely.
Something has to happen, man. It has to. Every time I walk through Skid Row, I get mad.
Good.
There should be armies of Christian people down there every day.
Absolutely. And guess who's going to do that?
And not necessarily giving stuff out, but just shaking hands with people, talking to people.
Guess who's going to do that?
Yeah, me.
It's you.
Yeah.
So stop looking for everyone else to do it.
Yeah.
It's for you to do it. It's you. It's always been you. Seriously, I ain't playing.
I just want to know how to start.
There is no how. Just do it.
You're right.
And
you're right.
Choose your words wisely. When you said, I don't want to be like that, you know what that means? It means
somewhere I'm considering it, right?
Right. Just say, I'm not going to do that.
And I'm not.
Because you know how I am. I'm 56 years old, and David Brayboy will die. All right? And I've died before, so I don't care. You know, not too long ago, for a long time, I've been wrestling if I want to stay out here or if I want to go back to Las Vegas, knowing...
Where are you? You Atlanta, right?
Yeah, knowing that it ain't nothing in Las Vegas for me but my two sons. Knowing that I wouldn't be happy in Las Vegas because I wasn't happy in Las Vegas. That's the reason why I came here. I wanted my life settled and blah, blah, blah. You know the story. But you want to know what stopped me from wrestling with that whole thing? It's when I went to the Dr. King church and the parade on my birthday. And I fell in love with this place. I was talking to the elders. I talk to the elders down there all the time. And I was talking to the people of Atlanta, and I was talking to the cops, and I was walking around, because I go to Dr. King's old church a whole lot because I get something every time I go down there. But the parade, and I'm looking at the people, and I'm looking at all of the protesters and people. We still have problems in the community, and not only problems, we have a lot of people who were demonstrating how successful they've been with their institutions in the parade. So that right there told me there's progress. It's not all bad. There is progress. And so as far as I was concerned, even though I've been out here since June the 5th, my birthday on the January the 20th was my first day in Atlanta.
Chocolate City, huh?
Yep.
They like to go on everything down there, huh?
No. Everything is just painted black.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know, black people own a whole lot of stuff down here, but it's not like they've got a retirement plan or anything. You know, you know they've got little businesses here and there, but they'll work their little businesses until they dead. You know, because they're little rinky-dink business. You know, you will find very few black institutions out here that are considered wealthy. That's just like I know Evander Holyfield. I met him down here. Evander Holyfield owns 9 Waffle Houses, and he told me he's trying to buy 6 more. And so he's wealthy. You know, he's rich. But you know, you have a whole lot of black restaurants down here that these people will never get rich. They'll own something, and they'll own it enough in order to not have to work for anyone else. But if you're not putting money to the side for your retirement when you can't demonstrate keeping your business going, what's going to happen then? You know, that's what you have to worry about. But you know, I know that there's a purpose out here for me because I saw it on my birthday. And so that whole internal wrestling, staying or leaving.
Oh, stay there, man. Yeah.
That's gone.
Yeah. Is there a lot of work down there?
Yeah. Yep. If you want it.
I've been there. I've been through there.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't stop.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, I just wanted to call and man, because these people, they literally had me feel like I was going crazy, bro.
No, you're not going crazy. You're not going crazy at all. They are the ones that are crazy because they're trying to use your gift in order to attract money, to attract wealth.
And that's the thing that just doesn't. That's what doesn't sit in my soul well.
Of course not.
Knowing that.
Mm-hmm.
Knowing that, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, if that would have happened 10 years ago,
mm-hmm.
while I was in Las Vegas,
right,
and under the fog,
mm-hmm.
it would have been like, well, you know, whatever. But like I said, I had to go through what I had to go through in order to get it,
to gain strength.
Yeah, and really see that thing for what it see that thing for what it is.
Mm-hmm.
This man, I was watching a video last night. They said 40% of Americans now consider themselves nuns, non-affiliated,
mm-hmm.
non-affiliated with.
Yeah,
the church is losing people in droves, bro.
Right. Good.
They say 80%. They say 80% of kids under 18 will not go to church.
Right.
They won't go. You know what I mean? Something has to happen, man. The truth needs to come back.
That's just like Pac had said. Real recognizes real.
And it's true.
And see, and with this generation today, you can't throw that stuff at them. And see, this is why I was telling people, even when I was speaking out in Las Vegas, that faith ain't nothing but a trick. That's the church's scapegoat for you to stay there and just keep trying and trying and trying. No matter how much you pray to God and you just fall out on the floor, they are always going to say it's your faith. You don't have enough faith and blah, 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 blah. They're going to always use that against you. The church uses everything against you. That's the reason why they are going to get hit first. Now, anybody who's going to get hit first before the United States government, You better get the hell away from them people.
That's a good ass point, though, bro.
I'm seriously.
That is
Lamont.
That is a good ass point.
Lamont, I need you to listen because this is serious. This is serious. This is not even funny. You know what I'm saying? I want you to see this. See this. You know what I'm saying? Look at everything Rome has done. And then Great Britain has done. And America is nothing but a child of Great Britain. Study Rome, study Great Britain, study America. And look at everything those combining governments have done. War, conflict, genocide, and all of that. Pile all of that up. And then you compare it to what the church is doing. When you see that through the Creator's eyes, the Creator is going to look at the church because you're dealing with people's souls. It's not about flesh and who you drop a bomb on. I'll deal with that secondly. But what these folks is doing over here, that is when you seeing through the eyes of God. You know it. And when I saw that, I'm like, hell no, I'm not going in there.
Yeah.
Because if God is going to hit the church before the United States government and Great Britain and all of them, bruh, you are not in good company when you sitting in there. They have done the greatest evil. So.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. But, yeah, thanks for listening, though, man. Yeah.
Always. You the one acting like you don't know how to call her, brother.
Yeah. Yeah, just pray for me, though, man, because, man, I don't drink. I don't do drugs. I don't.
You know what, Lamont? You are going to be fine. Just do it.
I don't have energy anymore, man.
Yes, you do.
Yeah, I do.
You do?
I do. But, yeah. Alright, that's gonna be alright.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah. Like I said, I'm glad you like it out there, though, man.
Yeah, me too. I'm glad that I like it too, because it gives me peace. I'm going to be driving the bus out here, and I'm going to be doing UPS part-time. And I'm going to be doing those both for like a year until I get me a home out here. And then I'm going to let UPS go, and I'm just going to go full-time driving the bus out here. And that way I'm going to be financing my books. And Holyfield was saying that he wants to use me to help him stay in shape starting March. And he's talking about paying me like $300 a day. And so I'm going to be
sparring?
Yeah, sparring with him for like three days out of the week.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
Oh, that's cool, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool. Do your thing. Do your thing, man. Good.
And you want to know something? The church is supposed to take people off the street because you remember when he said, when I was hungry, you fed me?
Yeah.
And when I was homeless, you gave me shelter? He's telling the church institution how to end the homeless problem. But they just want to do half of it.
Half of it? I was if you go online, TD Jakes was doing a forum. And in fact, Paula's son is sitting right behind. It was a forum with Paula. It was actually she was on the panel, and he's doing a forum, and he made a statement, and it rocked me. You know what I mean? But he basically said, well, look, he said, if the church gave away all his money, and we became homeless, we still wouldn't have enough. There would still be a homeless problem. And he said the government wants 25% of your money. The church is asking for 10%, and they want and then people think the church should be the one taking care of the homeless problem. He said we just don't have. Basically what he was saying was is that I'm not going to feed all the homeless people by myself. Go online and look at that.
Mm-hmm.
The way he said it. And the way it just came off was cold.
Mm-hmm.
It just came off totally cold, because the truth is that, yeah, the government is the only entity that has enough money to help with the homeless problem, you know, with the food stamps and all that other stuff. But the church should be leading the fight
Right.
against it. And people should be able to trust the church enough to come to them with resources. But no. Pastors these days, they want their middle class churches in the middle class neighborhoods, and they want to build their kingdoms.
Mm-hmm.
And they don't care about people that are out here dying. Like I said, Skid Row has literally opened my eyes, man. Wow. Church people do not care.
They don't.
And if you ask me, the reason why 80% of kids under 18 will not go to church is because they look at the church and they know these people do not care.
Mm-hmm.
They don't care. It's like love is the master of everything. When people see love and it's real, they can't resist it.
Mm-hmm.
And they say, okay, that's real. These people really care. If they don't see it, they don't want nothing to do with it. And it's killing the church. And I'll say this, I'll let you, but there's Rod Parsley. He's gotten dragged into this.
He's still out there?
He's you know who Rod Parsley is? He's in Ohio.
Mm-hmm.
He's in Ohio. But he teaches all that. He teaches all that first fruits, tithing, and all that other stuff. He teaches that. And it's a pretty intense situation, David.
Mm-hmm.
But I wrote them an email and I said, you know what? You people are the sole reason why the church is dying.
Mm-hmm.
You people are the sole reason. You're killing the church with your greed. You're killing it. Because people see that, they don't want anything to do with it. And when you die and when you're gone, 2 generations from now, the churches you know will not exist because of you. Silence.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And actually, it got to the point where it pissed Pastor Rod off.
Mm.
It really pissed him off.
Good.
But you know what? It's true.
And
It's true. They're killing the body of Christ with their greed.
And you want to know something? They ought to be. They ought to thank you due to the fact that they got pissed off. Because when they're getting angry, it means they still got a soul. You know, because they feel convicted. The ones who don't get angry, those are the dead. That he's talking about. But it's good. It's good that you're seeing all of this now.
Yeah. But you're absolutely right. It's that be the change that you want to see, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Well, I gotta get up and get into life here.
Okay, me too. So.
Yeah. Thanks, like I said, thanks again for listening, bro. I appreciate it, man.
Come on, man. I'm family.
Yeah, I appreciate that, bro.
Okay.
All right, bro. Well, God bless you, man.
You too.
Praying everything works for you out there.
It will. Stay in touch whenever you you got time.
I will.
All right.
All right, brother.
Talk to you later.
Bless.